having a baby is tough enough. Having a baby that ends up in the NICU, oh my goodness, that can absolutely bring pause to your heart. A lot of stress, a lot of worry. Is my baby going to be okay? Having a baby in the NICU during COVID-19, oh my
Ooh.
goodness, that will give you a near heart attack. How are you going to get your baby out of the NICU and home sooner during a time like this? Our next guest has some great advice.
That's right. She does. She is Dr. Melinda Elliot. She's the Chief Medical Officer at Prolacta, here to give us a little guidance and reassurance. Doctor, welcome to the show.
Hi there. Thanks a lot for having me on the show.
You bet. Yeah, let's talk about this. Like Sean said, having a baby in the NICU can cause so much anxiety, not just with parents, but the entire family. During this time of COVID-19, even a heightened level of concern. What are some of the things that are being done right now to keep babies and families safe?
Well, some of the things that are being done in this really stressful time of COVID-19 have actually perhaps added a little more stress to families who have babies in the NICU at this time. The first thing that hospitals have done fairly universally is shut down to visitors. And that means that outside of parents, other family members generally are not being allowed into NICUs. And that simply adds stress.
Yeah. No doubt about it. It's kind of it's a bummer because you
Wow.
want to be able to have those moments and be able to like, oh, there's Granny, there's Grandpa, and here's my best friend who's from work. And that's all out the window right now. It's kind of a hermetically sealed situation. So let's say you end up having a baby premature. How can you get that baby to kind of catch up and get home as quickly as possible? So, you're not having your child in the NICU and not being able to be, one-on-one with your kid as much as you'd like.
That's a really great question. Ways that you maybe can get your baby home a little faster during this really stressful time include providing the best nutrition for your baby. And if you are able to provide milk for your baby, that is the absolute best thing that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
If you're unable to provide your own human milk for your baby, then human donor milk is a good alternative.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, these little babies, they need fortification. They need like extra boosts to mother's milk in order for them to grow and thrive. So all that goes together.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for, discussing those three options. I'm thinking right now of some of the parents just right here in Las Vegas, and I know you have a little bit of insight on what options might be available to them. And maybe you could expand a little bit more on fortifiers and how we know the difference between what is, a super good one and what is less advisable.
Well, there are basically two different kinds of fortifiers available to premature infants in NICUs. And in Las Vegas, about half of the NICUs in town have human milk-based human milk fortifiers.
Okay.
Everybody else is using a cow milk-based fortifier. Even though the fortifier itself is often referred to as HMF or human milk fortifier, there are two very different types.
Interesting. I'm assuming that the human body is able to take in the human type better than the cow's milk type.
It's sort of an understatement that human milk is for human babies and cow's milk is for cow babies. Human babies tolerate human milk-based fortifiers much better than cow milk-based fortifiers.
So at the cow NICU,
that makes sense.
They might use the cow one. But you say
Sure, absolutely. We're at the barn.
Yes, there we go.
It's a great place to use a cow milk-based fortifier. Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. Parents, they like to be part of the process, and so many parents out there want to be informed. Do you have any resources available to the folks watching right now that might be able to help them make their choices when it comes to fortifiers?
There are really great parent resources out there, and Prolacta Bioscience website actually has two very good ones. One is a resource on what to expect and a guide as you navigate the NICU. And another is a link to an app for parents that is just invaluable in terms of tracking your infant's stay in the NICU and following the weight gain, following the milestones that occur when babies are in the NICU. And both of those can be found on the Prolacta Bioscience website.
Awesome. Well, hey, listen, this is the hand we've been dealt, and you guys are making sure that we can hopefully get these kids home sooner and get the families to be able to see them sooner, which would be fantastic. It's great having you, Doctor. Thank you so much for joining us.
Doctor, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, prolacta.com if you want to learn more. Prolacta, by the way, a proud sponsor of the Morning Blank.